Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical, and today for you guys I have some Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy news and information. Today for you guys we're going to be taking a look at some Crash Bandicoot 3 warped gameplay on the PlayStation 4 part of the Insane Trilogy. So a couple of days ago I did a video talking about the fact that Activision had since confirmed that basically they're going to be releasing some Crash 3 gameplay finally. This is the game that I think a lot of people have wanted to see the most, just due to the fact that I think Crash 3 is probably the fan favorite when it comes down to the 3 classic Crash Bandicoot titles. So yes, we now finally have some gameplay of Crash 3, and oh my god, it looks absolutely beautiful. Crash 3, for me personally, was my favorite as well, so seeing it look this good is just absolutely fantastic. I think one of the reasons why I liked Crash 3 so much is because there was so much variety when it came to the levels. The levels were definitely designed around different time periods, as that's what the game's theme kind of focuses on. And seeing some of these levels looking this amazing, corresponding to each theme, with this new like sort of graphic setting that is going on, these levels look beautiful. So we have 4 different levels showing us gameplay from Crash 3. The first one is Double Header, which is one of the medieval levels. We have Gone Tomorrow, which is one of the futuristic city levels. We have Orange Asphalt, which is one of the motorbike levels. And finally, we have Tomb Raider, which of course is one of these sort of Egyptian themed levels. So we're pretty much just gonna go through each of the levels, kind of talk about it and whatnot. So let's start off with Double Header. Now, when it comes down to the certain themed levels that you come across in Crash 3, I'd have to say that the medieval ones are probably my favorite. This level is Double Header, so this is one of the later medieval themed levels, but it's just looking absolutely amazing. The first thing I noticed in particular was the grass. Now, as you guys should probably know, all of the sort of scenery that is placed to the left and the right of the screen used to be pretty minimalistic. Textures were very basic, and as well as decorations around the level, all things like that used to be pretty basic, and this was just due to the fact of the PlayStation 1 having not really the most decent hardware. Of course, back then, during that time era, yeah, it was pretty good hardware, but nowadays, it's not comparable. So seeing this level look this much more detailed, with all the grass out in the hills and stuff, I think looks beautiful. Also, with the rain going on all the time, looks really beautiful, especially how it kind of drips down the screen. Kind of almost gives you the impression that the camera that's following Crash is also getting wet by the rain as well. Also, throughout this level, I also noticed these weird boxes that switch from a normal basic box to a question mark box. Of course, in Crash 3, we are used to seeing those boxes that switch from a Uka Uka to like nothing to then a life or something. But these boxes are certainly different. I also noticed that when Crash spins, he's got this really cool little blue effect on the lower half of his spin, most likely coming off his blue jeans, but this was an effect that certainly wasn't present in the original game. We also get to see some Bazooka gameplay as well, and this is one of my hopes towards the new Crash 3 gameplay, and it is here. It looks really, really cool. It looks to be that it works exactly the same as how it once used to work in Crash 3, but that's really, really good. Remember, we're trying to stick to authenticity. From the comments of PlayStation Access as well, they were also talking about how fluid and just how good Crash feels and controls within this remastered or remade trilogy. They were talking about the fact that he still feels original to what he used to feel like when playing on the PlayStation 1 version, and this is a really, really good thing. As you guys should probably know if you have been watching my Crash videos, I've been talking a lot about how Activision seems to be keeping things original to, you know, the classic games, and so like when someone like PlayStation Access actually, you know, does confirm the fact that, you know, he's still controlling and feeling really original to the classic games, I think that's a really good thing. It would honestly be a huge shame to jump into these games with all these amazing levels that we have seen time and time again looking absolutely amazing, but then having Crash feeling utterly different. And I mean, if you are remaking these games, still trying to keep them classic, then I think keeping the gameplay to that classic level as well is very important. But yeah, for the most part, everything in these levels are exactly the same, because of the fact that Activision have used the exact same level geometry that was present in the PlayStation 1 version, except of course this time around things appear to be a lot more detailed due to the advanced hardware of the PlayStation 4. Alright, so now let's take a look at Orange Asphalt. This is one of the motorbike levels in Crash Bandicoot 3, probably my least favorite levels found in this game. Like I was saying, there's a lot of variety when it comes to Crash 3, and this certainly tips the hat off to the variety sector. So yeah, basically Crash has to drive from start to finish, placing first place in order to get the crystal. Now the level itself is looking absolutely beautiful. It still looks like the classic, except there's a lot more detail going on with all the cactuses within the desert. We got like a lot more rocks and like bushes positioned outside of the level as well. But judging from the gameplay here, it still looks like the motorcycle levels control the exact same as they once did on the PlayStation 1, which is kind of a worry. You know, I'm kind of hoping that they sort of, you know, improve the handling with the motorbike, but if they don't, it's all good. It's just, I remember so many frustrating moments on these motorcycle levels when I was a kid. It used to kill me. The next level is Gone Tomorrow, and this is one of the futuristic city levels found in the later portion of Crash 3. Now, I think this level in particular is a really, really good example of just how amazing this game is looking, especially when it comes to the lighting department. Because this is a futuristic city level, there's a lot of like lights going on and neon beams and stuff, and they stand out so much on this new engine. And I mean, speaking towards lighting, this scene in particular is a really good example of how good the lighting in this game is. So as we can see, Crash is clearly about to activate the bonus level stage, and for a few seconds you can actually see like this light shaft beaming between the buildings. I mean, it's not necessary, but it's fucking beautiful. And last up, we have the Tomb Raider level, which of course is one of the Egyptian themed levels in Crash 3. So yeah, once again, things are still looking really, really good. When looking towards the details that are on the walls, so like all of the hieroglyphs and whatnot, they stand out a lot more in the PlayStation 4 version, obviously. And with all the aesthetics and stuff, it just looks absolutely beautiful. But anyway guys, that is all the Crash Bandicoot news and information for today. What I'll do is I'll leave the links to the gameplay of these different levels within the description down below, in case you guys want to check it out for yourself. Now though guys, hope that you're having a fantastic day, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.